So never allow group collective oppression. Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logical Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, time to time, I like to revisit old episodes of racist rhetoric. And the reason why is because they're being constantly being used by the left, and especially black folk. And group collective oppression is probably one of the most widely used tactics by black people. And, it is an example of historical crime. Now, what is it? Anytime I get into any discussion with black folks on the issue or topic of race, the first thing that I do is I will ask him to tell me, well, what are you being held back from doing? Tell me what racism, the white man, systemic racism, this white society, how is it stopping you from achieving your goals in life? What exactly is it that you wish to achieve in your life? What are the steps that you have to take to get there? And how exactly is the white man stopping you from taking those steps? Now, nobody can answer that question because there's no system holding anybody back. As a result of this, you'll have black people, you'll see that black folk will resort to the group collective oppression, or we are group, we are oppressed as a group. So they'll say we, for instance, we were enslaved, even though nobody alive today saw any part of slavery. But we were enslaved, the bomb of Black Wall Street. Every time we try to do something, the white man take it away. Or, mink slide. Or whatever, regardless of whatever it is, the Tuskegee experiment, they always refer to the we. And the reason why they have to do this is because they can't individually tell you how they are being held back. And like I say, I've ran into situations in which a black person or anyone they'll flat out tell you where nobody's stopping them, and then they're like, well, what's your argument? But this is the only argument that they really have, is to run back to the we, because they can't tell you how they're individually being stopped. Nobody's individually being stopped. So this is a common tactic of the left, and honestly, if you don't allow black people to pull out that group collective oppression, they won't have any argument. I mean, you can just stop the race argument like that. They can't go anywhere. Only thing that anyone could possibly say based upon that is where you can't necessarily measure racism by holding people back. And at that point where you ask him, well then, how do we necessarily measure racism? And of course, it's really dead right there, because if you're not held back, then what are you crying about racism? There's nothing about anything that happened in the past that's stopping a black person today. Nothing. No black person is being held back from achieving anything because of slavery. Even though they try to use that legacy of slavery nonsense. Again, get them to explain to you how a legacy of slavery is stopping them. How the police officers are hunting them and killing them en masse and mass incarcerating them. And I guarantee you the race argument will be dead. This is the number one tactic of addressing the victimhood from black folks. Anyway, like I said, never, 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 ever allow group collective oppression. And as always, y'all, until next time.